Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are today. My name is Sherief Elabd. I work for the Global Industry Strategy and Innovation team as part of Oracle Global Business Units. So it is such an interesting topic that we're discussing today with the digital transformation and innovations in the construction industry. So what we do in this part of the world is look at the strategic opportunities where true digital transformation is required with our customers. And we actually count on the breadth and the depth of the knowledge that we've got on the industry experience level, as well as our technology and application capabilities. And most interestingly, our industry solutions. For those of you who are not aware of the GBU, these are 9 global business units within Oracle that look at vertical solutions and industry use cases specific to construction and engineering, to retail, to healthcare sector, communication, etc., etc. So it's been always our mission within Oracle is to bring the data to yourself on different layers. So data that is coming from your projects on different aspects. We're looking at exploring project controls, project planning and scheduling, risk management, or probably sometimes early on in the projects when we consider bringing use cases and ideas of the project into the picture as well. And that's what we're calling portfolio management. So that's been always there, but also we're focusing on how we bring this data integrity when we are putting together a full ecosystem that drives that digital transformation for our customers, and how we can improve reporting against the data and the analytics that it can come across this platform or the ecosystem that we're having here. But let's just step back here and we see what happens when we say we're going to digitally transform a project-driven business. Sometimes the conversation starts bottom up when there is a requirement or a request around a certain area of any that you see here on these 3 different building blocks, or sometimes it starts a top-down approach. So sometimes we hear, well, we need to bring in a collaboration software where I can bring all the documents across all the stakeholders during the capital construction project. Sometimes is I need a contract management solution. Sometimes the requirement comes from bringing or renewing ERP system that it lacks project-specific or field-facing functionalities related to the projects. This is where the bottom-up approach comes to play. But quite often, especially over the last few years, the conversation starts from a top-down approach with the executive, where we need to bring in a capability around project financing, around project controls software, and also field management with these projects. This is how we see the conversation is really evolving over the time. One of the use cases, or I would say the business models that we're working on, and especially in the Middle East, is what we're doing with smart cities around this part of the world, specifically in Saudi Arabia with Public Investment Fund, and also with some of the government sector in the UAE and Qatar as well. These opportunities or conversations, they developed beyond just the capital project itself. Sometimes it starts from the land selection and the use of the technology and the portfolio planning. And of course, that develops into what's post the project construction in managing the built environment itself. And what gives us an edge here from Oracle standpoint is with these industry solutions that I talked about at the beginning, and having 9 different global business units with their industry experience and solutions that they can actually help our customers every step of the way. Now the question is how we use these technologies and how Oracle supports that over the time. In order to do so, we're having 6 main pillars to bring this. We definitely build our own software, but we also acquire, such as the acquisition itself that it came originally back in 2008 from Oracle to Primavera, and then Primavera expanded on that with the acquisition of Unifier and then the Econex and some other solutions as well. So we bring in other solutions in order to complement the gap or have a broader coverage of the project management functionalities. But being part of Oracle, we've been leveraging all the technologies, the hardware, the virtuality, the operating systems, et cetera, and most interestingly, the cloud infrastructure that Oracle owns in order to operate all these applications and layers of data together. But we don't do this solely. We bring in other third-party solutions that they have niche and unique market use cases that we can accommodate customer requirements with, and we bring them together into a cloud accelerator program. This is the entry point for these companies where they showcase their solutions, and we start putting the framework for bringing integrations between our own products and their own technologies as well. And the result is absolutely for the interest of our customers that they can leverage and reap all the benefits that they are coming from all strategic implementations. One important thing that we do when we consider the digital transformation is understanding the status quo of companies. Status quo from process maturity perspective, from resource maturity perspective, and application and implementation perspective. We understand also the ambitions of our customers and where they want to head to in terms of immediate requirement and mid-term and long-term requirements in their digital transformation journey, because this is not a one-stop shop and it's not a single phase project, especially when it comes to the engineering construction. It is a journey, but we need to start somewhere. One of the things that we have actually done a little over a couple of years ago is bringing the Oracle Industries Innovation Lab physical establishment that's headquartered in Chicago, Illinois, and have some branches outside the US, in the UK, and Australia as well. Oracle Industries Innovation Lab is bringing these Oracle technologies as well as the innovators from third-party solutions that they come together to build these use cases for the industry, sometimes for region-specific requirements, and customers see, interact, and give the feedback against these solutions. And the result is having ready market solutions for our customers that they integrate or they bring in the best of breed of Oracle GPU applications, namely the construction and engineering of this use case, with innovative solutions that they can actually cater and address some market requirements from our customers. This is a night shot taken a few weeks ago from Oracle Innovation Lab, and it's phase number 2. So let me just pick on some points here on what you're saying. At the core or at the heart of this building blocks is what we're calling the different functionalities or capabilities within a typical project management solution. It starts all the way from portfolio planning to the design and engineering of the project, supply chain management, project planning, and the project controls as well. But where we brought the innovations is actually the key. And that's the role of the Industries Innovation Lab. We brought in all these logos outside Oracle. They bring in their own technologies, and they think of what might be a compelling use case for a project owner, for a consultant, for an EPC, or probably it's for a region-specific thing related to safety or environmental requirements. And they build that tight integration to our own Oracle applications. Picking on one of the examples the exciting work that we're doing with WakeCap, for instance, where we bring in the actual tracking of the construction workers from the site using IoT technology and feed these actual hours back into Primavera P6. Such an incredible integration scenario that we see a lot of demand, increasing demand on it in this part of the world. We also work on the supply chain management and automation with our friends from Jovix with their Atlas RFID solution that brings the experience all the way from the factories until these materials hit the site, get the planning on the project, and also they use their blockchain technology for the storage of the material until these materials are implemented and utilized on site. So too many use cases that we have here. I would probably pick on one of the very interesting use cases that I'm personally excited about is the data science, or bringing the artificial intelligence into this broad ecosystem in order to bring predictive analytics in different patterns of the project. So project delays, for example, they happen for too many reasons, such as safety, such as contract changes, design changes, et cetera, et cetera. That's what we're doing with our latest and most recent release of Construction Intelligence Cloud. That's a cloud application that it connects to different applications within Oracle construction and engineering applications. And that's going to be extended as well to the partner solutions that we bring from within the lab. I'll be walking you through some few examples here on where we bring these innovations before we wrap it up. So in Oracle Equinix, which is our collaborative management software, we introduced the model coordination about a couple of years ago. And this is where we bring the design authoring, the best of the design authoring world with the project collaboration world into one platform. This particular use case, we bring in potential issues in the project. We collaborate these documents or issues within Oracle Equinix, run clash detections and authoring solutions, recommend and process the workflows between the different project management team work within Equinix, and then bring these recommended solutions into the authoring software such as Autodesk or Revit model, do the modifications, bring that back so that we make sure that that has been communicated across the team members of the project. One very interesting use case here is the work that we've done with our friends from Reconstruct. It is it's a company that it's part of our innovation lab and graduated from Oracle Accelerator program. And what they do is a virtual command center. So their platform brings in the reality capture that it can be taken for exterior as well as interior side of the project. We bring this with probably drones, with high definition cameras, sometimes with the 360 cameras for the interiors of the project. That's what we're calling the reality capture, the actual progress of the project. And also they can tap into the design, be it a drawing or a model from the authoring software, and then overlay the actual or the reality capture with the design model itself. And the outcome is impressive. You'll be able to spot some quality issues or deviations between both. And when you consider linking this with the actual progress that is happening in Primavera P6 and have this as a driver for modifying or actually updating the project scheduled progress in Primavera P6, then we're bringing all these aspects or dimensions of project planning and progress into the reality of the construction actual performance with the plan or the model itself of the project. There are many use cases that we have with this integration, and certainly different technologies to capture the reality from the site. We will be interested to show you more if you reach out to us, but this is certainly a way to go for realizing a complete digital twin strategy across our portfolio of the applications here. Just one example before I wrap up here is what we can do with the 4D scheduling. It's another use case, bringing the project schedule plan with the progress that it can be actually updated based on the reality capture from Reconstruct, bring that together into the 4D scheduling that brings a full and really comprehensive solution in here. And again, like I said, all this integrated to the aspects of the project controls and document management, which we do in Oracle Equinix as well. With this, I would like to thank you very much for attending with us today. And if you have any questions related to digital transformation and how Oracle paves the way into the innovation of the construction industry, please reach out to myself. Thank you, and you have a great day. Bye-bye.